guys, so today's 7 on Sunday. We are in February, which I'm also really shocked by because, like, where is the first month of the year gone? But February is all about the romance side of things, even though 2 of the themes are romance based and 2 of them are like not romance but also anti-romance themed, which is really exciting. But today we're going to be talking about romance books that are on the top of our TBR, and obviously there is many that I could pick for this because there's books that are coming out, there is books that I haven't bought yet, there are so many different ones that I want to read, but I'm mainly focusing on 7 that I own physically that I really would like to get to, because I think it's a lot easier to get to the books that you already own and try to make them something that you've read. So these are 7 books that I've mentioned before probably, so you're all going to know them, but I'm annoyed at myself that I haven't read them yet. Hopefully I will get to them this year. So the first one is Well Matched by Deluca, and I actually started it like 20 minutes ago, so I got to page 6. So it's happening. Like, I finished reading my current book, so I've started this one, and it's also my first read for creating my character of Opal, so I'm really excited about it. And I really do think I'm going to fly through this because I actually have a couple of days off at the moment, and I actually didn't go to work yesterday because on Thursday I got my booster shot and it was awful, man. I felt so bad because I mixed vaccines, and I heard that you had a bad reaction and I was really hoping that I didn't, but I was just on the couch watching TV for most of the day just in pain. But I'm feeling a lot better today, and with 2 more days off I'm hoping that I'll get a good amount of this book read. I'm not going to be like pushing myself to read it too much, but I'm just really excited to be back in this world, and I can't wait to see how the fake dating shenanigans go, and I'm keen. Next is The Heart Principle by Helen Wang. I just really want to have this as a trilogy that is finished on my shelf, because The Kiss Quoten was one of the first adult contemporaries that I did read and listen to an audiobook, and I absolutely loved it. And I do plan on rereading the first book with Miranda at some point. Like, we may do it next month or the month after. I am very keen to get to this conclusion, but I'll have to see when we end up doing the read, because I feel like I probably want to read The Kiss Quoten then go back into this book, because then I'm like really vibing with the world of the series and everything. But I just know that I've been waiting a very long time to read this, and I just want to get to it. You know, spoiler alert, by Olivia Dare is becoming one of those books that I always mention that just never gets read, but I've had this for a very long time, and I think I'm probably going to be in the right frame of mind to read this very, very soon. Like, I'm getting more and more excited, but I actually have things that I do need to read first, so hopefully I can read it maybe in March or maybe after, because Magical Readathon is in April, and I don't know what challenges or book picks that we're actually going to get there, so that month is kind of an unknown for me of what actually is going to happen. But I am very keen. I also have the second book, so hopefully maybe I could read them back to back, but again, with the speed that I'm reading and with how much stuff that I want to get to, I don't know if that's going to work, but I know I'm excited. Like, I really want to get to it. Next, I have The Hating Game by Sally Thorne. So this is a book that I've only recently acquired, but I am very excited about it. But you know, an update is that the Hating Game movie is not going to be at any cinemas near me, and I'm very sad about it. Like, I don't know where I need to go to watch it, but I would like to have the book read first, so I am doing a buddy read of this one with Miranda this month at some point. I've got a lot of reading I'm trying to do this month, so I'm going to see how it actually goes. But I have heard good and bad things for this book, but it's understandable because it is one of those really popular romance novels. Like, when people think of the genre, this is one of the first things that they recommend, so I feel like it's a book that I need to actually have read so then I can know if it's worth the hype or not. Next, I really want to get to You Deserve Each Other by Sarah Hoggle. And it actually sounds amazing because the main characters are actually engaged, but they've fallen out of love and they're trying to ruin the wedding, because whoever pulls out of the wedding has to pay for it, so they're trying to sabotage each other to be the one that pulls out of the wedding, and as they start to have fun with each other again, they fall back in love. So it's really interesting to know that they already know that they're perfect for each other, considering they were gonna get married in the first place. So I think it's got a really cool basis to have a really interesting story, and I'm so excited. Next, I have Meet Cute by Helena Hunting, and this is a book I've had for a very, very long time. It was one of the first adult contemporaries I actually bought in the physical that wasn't something that I'd already listened to an audiobook, and it's been sitting there for many, many years and I have not read it. Basically, what I think this book is about, because I have not read the synopsis for ages, is that the guy is a famous actor and she was a fangirl, and then they end up in a compromising position and it's really awkward, and then they decide to become friends, and then he does something that she's really mad about and they don't talk for a really long time, and then he comes back into her life because he needs help with his custody battle over his 13-year-old sister, and something else happens. But it just seems really interesting because I really do like the idea of a falling out and then coming back together years later, and then they're always sad for all the time that they miss, but then their relationship is so much stronger. I'm very keen for it. And the last book I have is The True Lives of Lydia Bird by Josie Silvas. I really am excited to read this book because it's a split timeline story, and I'm always obsessed with these because they're just so well done. And in this book there's a doorway that she can go through where she goes into a world where her husband didn't die and she gets to be with him again, but then she goes back to a world where he is dead, but then there's someone else that she starts to get feelings for, and obviously she has to decide which storyline she wants. The only thing is though, is like the split personalities work a bit better when there's two different versions of the person in the split timeline. Because there's only one of her, she is gonna have to make this decision of where she wants to go, and I'm intrigued. I think it's gonna be good. I've heard a lot of good praise about this book, but I also haven't seen it around for quite a while, but I just really feel like I'm gonna enjoy this. Seriously, Romance is just the best though, because they have the most beautiful spine and cover colors. Like, you just know that these are gonna be a somewhat happier book than just the darkness that is most fantasy books. But I'm so excited about this pile, and I really do want to start making my way through these books, and then once I've read them I can buy more. But anyway guys, that is all for today's video. I'm really excited about all these books, and as I said, I really hope to get to them, and I don't know if I'll manage to get to all of them this year because, as I said, there's a lot of other books that I want to read, and I want to try and put a focus back on getting to some of the fantasy books I've had for a really long time, because I feel like I'm not getting anywhere. Like, I've only read 4 books so far this year. I need to pick it up. But I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye!